Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a huge question for any business in Bangladesh. In a world with millions of people online, how on earth do you get noticed? So, let's just start with this number, nearly 130 million. That's how many internet subscribers Bangladesh had as of late 2023, according to the BTRC. I mean, that's not just an audience, right? It's a massive ocean of potential customers. But here's the big question. Can they find your business? Because in this super crowded online world, just being great at what you do, well, it's just not enough anymore. If people can't find you, you might as well be invisible. Discoverability, it's everything. Okay, so let's really get into this new reality. The old days of just relying on your physical shop or maybe some word of mouth, they're fading, and they're fading fast. Nowadays, the very first place anyone, and I mean customers, partners, investors, the first place they're going to look for you is online. And to really wrap your head around the scale of this, yeah, we see the total connections, but look over here, an estimated 82.8 million individual users. The bottom line is simple. No matter how you slice it, you've got millions and millions of people in Bangladesh searching, comparing, and buying stuff online every single day. Okay, but here's the other side of the coin. The competition. A recent census puts the number of businesses and economic units in Bangladesh at around 11.8 million. Just let that sink in. The fight for attention it's huge. You're not just competing with the business down the street. You're fighting for a tiny sliver of attention in a massive, noisy, crowded room. So in this crazy crowded market, how do you even begin to stand out, right? How do you make sure that when someone is ready to pull out their wallet, it's your business they find? Well, that brings us to a really powerful and surprisingly simple tool that's designed to solve this exact problem. It's an online business listing. Seriously, think of it like this. It's your digital showroom. It's open 24/7. Anyone can walk in, and everything is laid out perfectly so both search engines and actual people can find what they need. It's really the cornerstone of your presence in this whole digital economy. And the benefits? Oh, they're huge. First off, discoverability. I mean, you actually show up when someone searches for, say, knitwear supplier or IT services in Dhaka. Then that professional profile builds trust. It makes you look credible. And that trust, that's what turns a casual search into a real lead, a phone call, an email, a message. Okay, so let's say you're sold on the idea. The next obvious question is, well, where do you list your business? Because there are a lot of options out there, and picking the right one is actually a pretty big strategic decision. And the landscape is actually pretty diverse. You've got the classic yellow pages type sites like BD Trade Info, but then you also have these newer, more specialized B2B platforms, the ones built specifically to connect, say, manufacturers with exporters. And they all serve slightly different needs. So to really get what makes a directory a strategic choice, let's zoom in on one of them as a kind of case study. We're going to take a closer look at the TNIB business directory to see how all these pieces can fit together to actually create value. When you look at the benefits here, the goal is pretty clear. It's all about connecting businesses with real opportunities. And notice that emphasis on verified buyers? That's key. This isn't just about getting seen by anyone. It's about being seen by the right people. And when they find you, you immediately look like a partner they can trust. And this is where you can see the flexibility. A business can, dip its toes in the water with a free listing, just to get that basic digital footprint out there. But if you really want to drive leads, that's where the premium options come in. They unlock all the stuff that actually matters, your contact details, website links, detailed descriptions, all the things that turn a curious looker into an actual customer. And for 1,000 or 2,000 taka, it's a pretty cost-effective way to market yourself. And what's cool is that it's not just for local businesses looking out. It works the other way too. The platform is also designed for international companies that are trying to find partners in Bangladesh. So it really creates this two-way street, this genuine marketplace. And when you see feedback like this, especially from an international partner, it really hammers home that point we were making about trust. It shows you the real value of a platform that's more than just a list of names. It's a curated space, one that puts a premium on quality and, just being reliable. Okay, so let's tie all of this together. What's the big takeaway for your business as you try to make your way in this digital-first world? The bottom line is this: visibility is the new currency. Being good at what you do, having amazing service, being an expert, all of that is absolutely crucial.
But none of it matters if a customer can't find you at the exact moment they need you and then trust you enough to actually make contact.
So, in the end, it really comes down to this one question that could define your business's future. When that next customer goes searching, what are they going to find? An empty page? A couple of random social media posts? Or are they going to find a professional, credible, easy to navigate digital showroom that basically says, come on in? Building that showroom, well, that's the first step to making sure they find the right answer.